Hi, this is Heather. I just want to record a dream that I had on Wednesday, April 22nd, 2015. This dream basically started out with me sitting on the couch in my home. Next to me, though I did not actually see her face, was my old boss. Now, in real life, I do remember and actually telling this boss that I was very by her in real life. In the dream, I said to her, I have so much homework to do, and I was feeling very overwhelmed in the dream. So I closed my eyes and was kind of rubbing my face and sitting back on the couch that I was sitting on, thinking about all this work that I had to still do. Um, After I opened my eyes in the dream, I was then flashed into a different place. And I was standing over an older, darker skinned man. He was wearing a white tank top t-shirt, a ball cap, and he was loading ripe bushels of bananas into these crates and preparing them to ship them off. He was sweating while he was doing this, so he removed his ball cap and took out a napkin and was very carefully wiping all the sweat. It was um, concerning to him not to get any of the sweat on the bananas because he knew there was no water. And I knew at that point that there wasn't any water to wash the fruit if he got them dirty with the sweat. So I remember saying or thinking, I'm not sure if I actually said it in my dream, but I said, it's so weird that there's a drought in California and flooding in Texas. And then after I said this, I was then flashed into another place. I was standing in a room by myself, and I was standing over a large rectangle shaped block of some type of, it looked like to be like a vegetable of some sort or a spice. I did try and do a Google search of this, what I saw, and I came up with um, barley when it's still green, and it's very tall. And but this in my dream, it was laid down on its side and it was already baled up with ties around it. And I was actually standing over this bale and I was using some type of like misting hose to basically moisten and finish spraying off all the dirt from this baled up vegetable barley, whatever it was. And as I got done with this side, I reached down and I felt it, and it was perfectly moist. In my dream, I knew that it was completely done on this side, and that it was completely cleaned on this side. And I kind of smiled and I thought, oh, I only have this one last side, and it'll be ready to be shipped off. So as I flipped it over in my dream to finish the last side to begin spraying it off, that's when I woke up from my dream. And it was odd because I normally wake up at a certain time in the morning to get my kids off to school, and I woke up without the alarm going off. It was 6:13 a.m. So I did write that down at the time I woke up. Um, Now, later in the morning, I was thinking about this dream and I thought how weird it was. I've never had a dream about vegetables and fruit and things like that. And this particular boss, I haven't worked for or spoken to or seen this boss in years. Um, so it was really odd. So as I was praying in the morning, I usually do it before my kids get up. I asked the Lord, I said, if this is a dream from you, Lord, please reveal the meaning to me and then provide me a confirmation. Now, as I was praying this to God, I was like, well, I want to make sure that I'm paying attention. Because sometimes, if we're wrapped up, we kind of forget things or we'll miss things that I do believe the Lord sets out for us to see. So I thought in my mind as I was praying this, I need to make sure that I'm paying attention. And then as I was saying this, I stopped praying and I thought of a woman that I listen to on YouTube. She has um, a channel, and I really I trust in what she says. And she did talk about once that she has like a little box of Rick Rama scriptures and words that she has sometimes when she wants, either an uplifting word or a confirmation, or sometimes she'll use like a Bible promise book that she'll open to for a confirming word. So I prayed, Lord, if this dream is from you and you are trying to tell me something, please just let me open my Bible to a word that confirms this. So I kind of just held my Bible in front of me and I used my thumbs to move along, and I opened it. And what I opened to was Amos chapter 8. Now, other than referring to this actual book in the Bible, probably through in Bible studies at church or a service, I've actually never read the Book of Amos. So I opened it up, and then in my study Bible, the heading that I opened to said a basket of ripe fruit. And I was completely blown away. And I said, this is definitely a confirmation. Now, through over the couple of days, I prayed to the Lord to give me interpretation and what, the Holy Spirit would want me to know and to acknowledge from this dream. So basically, this is what I feel that the Holy Spirit has revealed to me. I'm still praying and hoping for more confirmations. The first part of the dream, where the boss that I was intimidated by um, could represent, the world or the lost souls that still need to be reached by the Lord. The homework that I was speaking about and feeling overwhelmed by the amount, I believe could mean the amount of people still needing to be reached and myself not knowing, how to reach them, where to begin, or possibly being intimidated by the amount that still need to be saved and not a lot of time left to do it, because I do believe that the Lord's return is imminent. Part two of the dream, where the man was working and loading the ripe bananas into the crate, could mean or represent the bride of Christ or the church. He was being very careful not to get the sweat or dirt on the fruit because of the water shortage. There wasn't any water to wash them if they got dirty. And this is what I believe that the famine of the word represented that was into Amos chapter 8. It could also mean that the famine is because the ripe fruit was harvested and sent away. That could be, the church or the bride was raptured, and there is the people left here behind will be searching for a true word from God, and during this very distressful time, and not be able to find one, or be very hard to find one. So and another part of that last was the referencing of the world events going on right now, the drought in California, which is current, and the flooding that was in Texas a couple weeks ago. That could represent just, a reaffirming of it being a real time meaning, like a present and not something in the future like it's right now. Part three in the dream, when I was standing alone in this room, could mean standing and doing the Lord's work, even if no others, family members, other people, that you come in contact with are willing to help you. Or it could possibly mean each person will have their own work to do for the Lord. The actual vegetable or spice, whatever it was itself, like I said earlier, I did Google the pictures of it, and I found what was similar was barley that was still green and not cut. It was really tall, and in my dream, it was really green and shiny. But this was actually baled and blocked up with ties around it, and it was pretty much ready to go. This could mean, basically that the bride is ready to go, and each individual's, work or walk with the Lord. It was just basically being rinsed off one more time before I was to send it out. And when I felt it, when I put my hand down and felt it, and I realized, that it was exactly, the moisture, consistency, and the color of the dirt was gone, I knew that it was ready to go, and that's why I smiled. And I was really pleased by this in my dream. When I flipped it over and began to rinse and spray the final side, I did wake up. Now, that could mean we are in the final rinsing of the Holy Spirit's work in us. The harvest, I believe, is almost ready to be shipped and taken away. And these last finishing touches are basically preparing us for the Lord's return. The time I woke is also significant at 6:13. I was prompted in my spirit to turn to Revelation 6:13, and this is what I read. And the stars in the sky fell to earth as late figs